Hello, my name is Mac, and I'm an educator at Tacoma Art Museum. Today we'll be looking together at this work of art, Crossroad by V Maldonado. Start by looking at the very top of the image, and slowly let your eyes move down to the bottom. Now start your eyes on the left side of the image, and slowly work your way across to the right. What did you notice when you slowly looked at this picture? Maybe you saw the two cars at the bottom. Or maybe you noticed all of the heart shapes in different colors, or the flame-like shapes. We are going to focus on repetition as we look at this artwork. Repetition is one of the principles of design. Artists might repeat the same colors, shapes, or other elements throughout their work of art to give a sense of unity or make the image feel complete. We will also look at another principle of design, contrast, which is when artists use opposite elements, like light and dark colors, to create interest or dramatic effect. Let's start by looking at the heart shapes. Pick any two heart shapes in this picture. What is similar about those two hearts? Are they the same color? Are they exactly the same shape? Are they close to each other on the page? What is different about the two hearts you picked? Maybe they are different colors or different shades of the same color. Maybe one is overlapping another heart or partially covered up by a car. Maybe one is upside down. Now that you've focused on just two hearts, let's look at each row of hearts. We'll start with the top row. What do you notice about the hearts on the top row? Some of these hearts seem to be covered up with black flame-like shapes, and all the hearts are upside down. The row alternates: a flame, then a heart, then a flame, then a heart. The next row has hearts in a lighter shade of blue. What do you notice about these hearts? They are all right side up. Some of them overlap each other. In some of the hearts, you can still see a little bit of white paper coming through. This work of art was made using hand stamping. Maybe you have made art this way before, putting ink on a stamp over and over again to create similar shapes on your paper. Maybe when you did this, you noticed that sometimes you didn't get quite enough ink on your stamp, and it came out a little lighter, like some of the hearts in this row. Now let's look at the next two rows together. What do you notice about these two rows? Just like the top row, there is a row of upside-down hearts, with every other heart covered in black, flame-like shapes. These hearts are a different color, though. What do you notice about the colors in the top three rows? Beneath the upside-down hearts, again, we have a row of right-side-up hearts. But not all of these hearts are the same color. Underneath each flame shape is a black heart instead of a pink one. When you look at these two rows of hearts, what do you feel or think about? Do these two rows of hearts make you feel differently than the top two rows? The top two sets of rows are nested into each other. The tips of the upside-down hearts in the third row fit in between the hearts of the second row. The bottom two sets of rows also nest into each other. But here in the middle of the artwork, there is some empty space. Why do you think the artist chose to leave empty space here? What contrasts or differences do you see between the top half of the work and the bottom half of the work? Now let's look at the next two rows. What do you notice about these rows? What is different about this set of rows than the one above it? Instead of upside-down hearts, here we just have the flame-like shapes. But there are still alternating colors, with a black flame covering up every second orange flame. The right-side-up hearts also alternate between black and a color, in this case yellow. Unlike the previous set, these black hearts are not directly underneath a black flame. We have one more set of rows to look at. What do you notice here? What is similar to and different from the rows above? Like the set of rows above, the top row has alternating flames. Again, these flames are a different color. The bottom row of hearts is all black. Some of the hearts appear incomplete. Why do you think these hearts are incomplete? At the very bottom, there are 2 cars. What do these cars remind you of? Have you seen similar cars before? Where? How do you think these cars connect to the rest of the artwork? Maybe you see similar shapes or colors in the cars and the other parts of the work. Maybe there is some idea that connects the cars to other parts of the work. We've looked closely at several different parts of this work of art. Now look at the whole thing again. There are several elements that are repeated throughout the work. Heart shapes, flame shapes, patterns, the colors across the rows, the black throughout. Choose one of these repetitions. What effect does it have on the artwork overall? There are several elements that change throughout the work. The colors change between rows, the pattern shifts. Choose one of these contrasts. What effect does it have on the artwork overall? Why do you think the artist chose to use so much repetition in this work of art? Thank you for looking at this work of art with me. If you would like to make your own art based on this work, check out our printmaking lesson, linked in the description of this video.